What the fuck did I just watch? Oh my god, I'm super hyped for this movie. You have no idea how excited I am for this.
A few moments later.
Oh my god, it's starting! Oh my god, I'm super excited!
A little later. A little longer than a few minutes later. 5 minutes later. Meanwhile, later that same evening.
Alright, you guys, I just got out of the theater from seeing Scream 6. I am a longtime Scream fan. I love the franchise. Now, is this franchise perfect? No, not at all. Do they make mistakes? Yes, quite a bit.
I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of?
There's just something about the nostalgia. I used to watch these movies as they came out growing up as a teenager, so yeah, it's a pretty big deal to someone like me, maybe an actual fan. I am just your average, ordinary, everyday movie goer.
I like turtles.
I'm not someone on here that's being paid to push the movie for promotion. I am not someone on here who is being paid to promote the movie in any way. With all that being said, I seen Scream 6. And I tell you, I couldn't do more of a better job than if I shit in a box and sent it to somebody who paid money for that shit in the box. Just like I did. It's not about the fans anymore. So, let's get talking about the movie. This is full spoiler reviews. I am not holding anything back. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm not gonna get into the bloggy details of what's going on in the movie or anything. Basically, you just follow the surviving people of the last one. You know who I'm talking about. And we all have our favorites with these newcomers, and we all have the ones we don't like. They was promoting this movie like it was the best movie you'd ever see in your life, the best of the franchise, the remakes, the requels, whatever you want to call this movie. They was saying it was the best there is. It was the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. I went into this with such high expectations.
I'm just extremely happy. Can you tell by my face?
I am so beyond pissed at this movie wasting our time. Some would say I'm a little bit hard on movies. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't feel like paying $20 just to go be bored. All I can say is, what were these people thinking making this movie? I'm not even going to bother drop names, this and that, because everybody that was involved in this film should be embarrassed. Because it's a mockery of what we've come to love with this franchise. Because it's a mockery of what we've come to love with this slasher franchise. Let me tell you, Scream 5 almost ruined the whole thing for me. When they killed off Dewey, basically the only character anybody cares about, when they killed him off, I swore off Scream. I said I was done. I went back and watched Scream 5 since then. I gotta say, it holds up pretty good. As soon as they kill off Dewey, it's the most stupidest movie I've ever seen in my life. Why in the hell would I go on to believe a little girl the size of a tiny 14-year-old can gut a guy? From the back to the front and gut the guy. Are you serious? They are laughing at us paying for these movies. It's ridiculous. Now, I've got a problem with this continuing storyline with this idiot, this woman that we don't care about at all. Why are they trying to pull your heartstrings with Billy's daughter? It makes no sense. It's ridiculous. I'm tired. When they brought in the ghost in the last one and they said she was a serial killer and stuff, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are they doing here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nobody cares about this girl whatsoever. And to be honest, the little sister, Jenna Ortega, America's sweetheart, everybody's in love with her right now. I could have did without her in this movie. I got sick and tired of her character. I'm tired of the sister. I'm tired of her. Then this forceful relationship between the little sister and the jock. What is cringe? Can we say cringe?
I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
And here's another problem I have. Nobody in the movie died!
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the knife.
Like, seriously, besides the opening scene and the bad guys, nobody died in this movie. Why Why do they tease us with this? And here's another problem. Everybody's making a big deal about Sydney not being there. Nobody gives a about Sydney. Nobody. You know what? What would have been great this whole time, from the beginning of the franchise till now, and they even said it in this new movie when Ghostface called up Gel and was talking to her about it, how the end of the franchise should have ended her being the bad guy. Because, I don't know, maybe she wasn't getting attention because there was no more murders going around. That would have been great. And when they mentioned that, you know what I thought? I thought, since they said the Kirby girl was monitoring everybody's phone calls, I thought they was just putting that part on for a show, that Gel was acting like she wasn't a killer. That would have been great. We wanted to see Gel be the killer since the beginning, since like the second one. But mentioning the second one, that was by far the worst one I've ever seen. Yeah, now the Scream 6 is worse than number 2. Just saying.
Why are you the way that you are?
In this franchise, they mentioned the stab movies and how they got worse and worse, and one of them involved time travel. Put time travel in this movie, it would have made it 10 times better. This was the most boring movie I've ever seen in my life. I was holding on to it. Even about 20 minutes in, I was like, no, there's no way. It's gonna get better. This is just the beginning, setting everything up. It's gonna get better. You know what? They should have named the movie Talk, because that's all they did. Nobody screamed in the movie. Everybody's like, oh, they're doing something different with this one. It's the greatest movie there ever was. Yeah, they did something different to it. They made it a big pile of steaming shit. It's awful. And you know, one problem I had with, in the preview, the store scene, I was already, oh no. What is this? The problem I had was Ghostface was chasing 2 girls around in a 5-foot store with 2 half aisles. All he had to do was step aside 1 foot and he would have been able to see him. See how easy that is? 1 foot. Now, everybody's hyped about this movie being set in the city. Did we realize that didn't work with Jason Goes to Manhattan? Like, seriously, the best part about these movies is the isolation. The stuck at the house. Maybe you're at a house in the middle of a field at a party and everybody goes away and there's a couple people left. It's the isolation that makes it scary. The isolation. Not when you're in a room with 500 people or on a subway. You know what? There's another problem I have with everybody living. Half of them was gutted. It's ridiculous. Gutted like a fish. And they go on to live. Everybody has low pulse signs. Why do you even bring Courtney Cox back in this? Like, nobody needs her. You proved... Okay. You're saying we're making a different movie. We're going a different route. Well, why are you still relying on the past people, the past cast, the past stories, and continuing your new stories mixed in with them? If you're done with them and doing something different, why are you having everybody follow you around, all these true fans? Why don't you just start making something different so you can get your new fans and these old fans can step back by now? We've seen the same thing with the remake of Ghostbusters, which, by the way, I enjoyed the female version more than I did the new one. The new one sucked. It was boring. Just like Scream 6. Don't even get me started on the Babadook. That was the dumbest, boring movie I've ever seen. And then everybody excited about them bringing Kirby back. I was excited. For some reason, Kirby's a fan favorite. Everybody likes her. But let me tell you, from the time she entered Scream until the time the movie was over, it was like we was watching a robot. There was nothing. Where's the Kirby that we originally fell in love with the sarcastic comebacks and the facial impressions that made you understand what she was saying without her saying anything? This movie was hyped up way too much. It seemed like they put the minimum effort into this movie. The writing, the directing. I gotta say, the cinematography and, you know, some of the camera shots, directing, pretty cool. Scream, I'm gonna make your movie better, okay? Here's the deal. What you do is you have, at the end, Gel be the killer because there hasn't been any more killings, okay? So she kills off everybody, alright? Kills off everybody. And then, in the next one, Kirby can be our main character. We can follow Kirby around. Since Neve Campbell's no longer in it, that's fine. But Kirby is already a fan favorite. Why don't we bring Stu back? Don't even get me started on the end. Now, I agree with Scream 5. Now, you know what? Everybody's judging Scream 5's ending about why they did it and all that. Now I completely understand. They're making a mockery of their fans.
You suck, you jackass.
Who else do you think is going to go see this? Do you think these new little kids are going to go see this and think it's awesome? No, because you guys made out and talked throughout the whole movie.
Y'all shut up now.
Another problem, you was not connected with any character in this movie. You didn't feel any sadness. To be honest, when Gel, even for a second, we thought she was dead, I felt nothing. Why? Because Gel should have been killed off a long time ago. I don't understand why everybody's saying it's so awesome. It's seriously one of the most boringest, worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
This will not stand!
Now, let's get to the gore, shall we? Everybody's saying this is the most goriness Ghostface they've ever seen in their life. Bull. If by gore you mean the camera's back 10 feet and you see Ghostface just doing this over and over without actually seeing, like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's the most goriness thing. Now, you've seen people in this movie get a knife jabbed in their eye, whisked it around, and these people are still alive. Like, seriously, come on. The end. We've seen this in 2 already. The point about Scream and their endings is that they're different. Every single one of them's different. Maybe it's a sequel to a prequel, remake, mequel. I don't know. Whatever they're talking about, I don't even. But they've ruined everybody praising these people. You know what? Let me see the writers' names and who's attached to this, because they never need to write another movie in their life again.
Idiots! Idiots!
And are we supposed to care about any of the extra characters that's new in here? They played off like you're supposed to care. I didn't feel anything from this movie. I was disappointed. 20 minutes in, I was like, I'm still giving this a chance. I'm still giving this a chance. It's got to be good. It's got to be boring for some reason, because it's got to get hyped up good. And it went nowhere. This movie wasted so many good opportunities, like the Halloween theme. I forgot it was supposed to be Halloween in the movie. Besides the subway scene, basically. There's a shot in the movie where someone's looking out a window and they see some people in costumes walk, but still. And when I talk about you don't care about anybody in the movie, that goes with the old and the new characters. They threw in new characters just to add to the plot. The Killers. Extreme spoiler alert here. The Killers are a family. 3 people. They're Richie's dad, sister, and brother. I get what they're trying to do here. It's like a requel, remake type thing, trying to kind of do the same thing Scream 2 was doing. Now, I like the idea of a parent being the killer. It's been mentioned, fan theories, they want Sydney's dad to be the killer.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
But it just didn't go good. It felt forced. It came out of nowhere.
Surprise, motherfucker!
At one point, they did an extreme twist where everybody in the movie thought they figured out the killer. That came out so stupid. I am so done with Randy's niece's character. She is so annoying. Yeah, we get it. You're lesbian. Like, do you have anything else to offer? And besides that, all the prediction stuff, it's like, you didn't get it right the first time. What makes you think you're going to get it right this time? And stop with the whole older sister serial killer thing. She has her moments where she comes in and out of these deep thoughts of wanting to kill somebody. Stop with it. Unless, if you're going to have her be a killer, fine, do it. But make it 1 movie, not 2, and not like...
I'm losing my mind.
The good thing going into this movie is it had a runtime of 2 hours. And plus you hear that it's one of the most brutal screams ever. So I was really super hyped. Well, it only gave me 2 hours of basically a romance plot. Everybody that hates the movie still praises the beginning of it. Not me. The beginning of this movie sucked. How are you going to start your movie off? Okay, think about this. Scream 1. We start off in a kitchen cooking popcorn. And now we're going to start off in a bar. Are you serious? And then you get to the thing about the guy and his roommate is wanting to go around kill people because they're doing Richie's work. And that ties in kind of to the end about like the family being Richie's family. But you think all of them would work together? Like have 5 bad guys maybe? I mean, just a thought.
No! God, please, no! No!
If you are one of those people that was really hyped that this was gonna be set in a city, New York City, then you are one of those people that is entertained with anything put in front of their face.
The crap is this?
How are you gonna be a true fan of the Scream and want it to be located in a city? And if you are one of those people that was excited about it being in the city, then you're probably one of those same people that did not like Scream 3 because it was set in LA. This movie was not a game changer. If anything, they were spitting on the whole genre itself.
Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
If anything, it was the end of legendary horror. One big, huge problem I had with this movie: they have disrespected the legacy. They have disrespected the franchise. How dare they play Dewey's theme song about 4 times in this new movie? It was not earned. They didn't deserve to do this.
I'm super mad.
And all these continuing storylines, they're boring. We don't care. We don't care about the sisters. We don't care about the twins. I actually like the jock. In this movie, he was very, very underused. If you have the chance to go see this movie, don't. But if you have the chance to sit and watch it at home, don't. It will ruin everything you have come to love about this franchise. Even the remakes, even the requels, even the prequels, even the re-requels. So I don't know if this is more of a reaction / review more than it is a rant, but this movie was horrible. Guys, this is a new channel. I'm trying to get it up and running. If you would, hit the subscribe button, maybe even hit the like button. Why don't you hit that little ringy-dingy thing? If you like these, I'll post more. I got plenty more to talk about. In fact, I find myself more disappointed in Hollywood movies than I do enjoying them.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Let's go!